Shauna here, baking in our kitchen.
Ella and Steve.
That's what I thought I heard her say, but
Hey guys, welcome back to Sip and Tea with Shawnee. I'm Shauna, and I brought with me today a cute cup my friend gave me for my birthday. It's a reusable cup, stainless steel, and also in it is a tea called Be Mine. Now with this tea, I usually like to put some sort of a creamer, and I prefer macadamia. This one's a chocolate flavored macadamia that I put in it today. You can't put creamers in all types of tea because it doesn't work. Citrus type teas will curdle it and it won't be great. But most other teas will take it, and I like macadamia for that. So if you're looking for a dairy-free or vegan alternative, check it out. I also want to mention that the whole point of Sip and Tea with Shawnee isn't necessarily tea itself, it's more conversation and getting to know each other. But I'm saying that because of social distancing, because there's a ton of teas, but I don't necessarily go everywhere looking for teas all the time. So I might run out of tea, I might not have it sometimes, and that's cool. But if you guys have a tea that you want to share with me and have me try, please do, because I do love it and would love to give that a try. So I wanted to talk today about homeschool. Everyone's kind of made to have to homeschool right now if you have a kid. And it can't, well, it's not always easy. Let's just say that. Let's just admit it right now. Patience, time, energy, understanding, it's just not easy. It's not easy for our kids, it's not easy for us. I chose to homeschool. Actually, I felt called to homeschool. My oldest son was a kindergartner. He was 5 years old. And I felt called to it before that. And I remember thinking, gosh, I don't understand. It's not even here. It's going to take forever. And anyone who's been around kids knows it goes by really fast. And all of a sudden he was there, and I had made this incredible room with, you know, an alphabet poster and a numbers poster and the rules poster and this cute old school desk that was wooden and metal that I had purchased for him to use. And I just remember by the end of the year, it wasn't as exciting as it was with that, you know, at the beginning. It was actually like a timer, and it was like, let's beat the clock, finish all this work, because believe it or not, every state has a homeschool agency or government that you have to report to something. Might be as small as attendance, but it could be as much as testing every single year, or turning in a bunch of examples of work, or approval of your curriculum. So just so you know, world out there, usually there is something in which you have to answer to, whether it be minimal for some states or higher in others. And so anyways, it's not easy a lot of times to be able to homeschool and be on their time frame, because homeschooling is a different environment all by itself. And so by the end of the year, it'd be like, hurry up, we have to finish. We're not going to be able to do the test if you're not done. Beat the clock, finish the paperwork, and let's just move. And I didn't like that feeling either. So one thing that I had to realize over time was that I had to change things. And I'm not big at changing things. When I find something that I feel like it works, I feel like I want to just stay with it and keep going. You know, we can get over this hurdle. It doesn't matter if we're not doing well at this. We can do well at this. And that was one of the hiccups that I've had over time, is just learning to adjust what is going to work better for my family right now. And so today I want to encourage you guys. I haven't always known. I didn't homeschool my kids because I got a teaching credential. I know that's not why you're doing it right now. Probably. There might be some of you who are. But I did it because I felt I was called to do it. Most homeschoolers do it because they want their kid to have a great education. There are certain things they might want them to be taught and other things that they don't want them to be taught. But there's usually some good reasons why somebody's chosen to homeschool their kid. So here I am, here you are, having to homeschool, although that was a choice for me. It's hard. We're in similar positions, but different at the same time, because you might be a stay-at-home, not a stay-at-home, but a single mom or a single dad, you know, having to do this. You might still be having to go to work and your kids are at home and they have to be schooled. It's not easy. And no one ever said it was. And this venture, it can be a tough one, but it can also be some of the most precious moments that you've ever had in your entire life. So these are the things that I want to give you guys today. 4 things to kind of think about and to encourage you and just to be ideas for where you're at. Because I know every time something comes up, like when my son came to me his freshman year of algebra and said, I need to understand the slope-intercept form. My brain remembered y equals mx plus b, but I didn't understand what I needed to plug in where, why we used it, because I'd used it this many times since I learned it. So you're gonna have challenges like that. But number one, I want you to celebrate your victories over dwelling on your defeats. So as an example, my daughter the other day was sitting down with my husband and he was kind of trying to teach her some math. And she said, we're doing the FOIL system. And he's like, what's the FOIL system? And my brain started going, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. And I'm like, front, outer, inner, last. And she's like, yeah. And I'm going, I don't know how I knew that, but my teacher must have embedded it in my brain. And that doesn't mean I would know how to figure out the whole equation. But I remembered that acronym for the order that you're supposed to do this equation. So I celebrate that victory because I understood something and I knew it right away and what it meant instead of having to necessarily access something. But number two, don't be beyond accessing something. Things are out there. There's so much online. Khan Academy, cool calculators, all sorts of blogs that homeschoolers put out. Check them out because they're going to help you and benefit you more than you think that they will. They'll encourage you. They'll give you ideas on how to do something, how to see it differently. I know I had a sister-in-law, I still have her, but she decided, hey, what is my daughter into this year? And she was really into gardening. And so they made everything about gardening. And her daughter's very smart, very intelligent. Sometimes we just have to kind of access something else and get different ideas. So look for that. 3, be willing to change. I am super tough on myself about changing stuff. I think I mentioned that. Be willing to change something up if it's not working for you or your kids. Because why do something that's bringing hectic frustration instead of doing something where you guys can grow and bond closer together? So be willing to change it up a little bit. I know there are some things, or most things if you're in a private school or a public school, that have to be done. But if there's an area where they're saying, hey, do this or do that, or just kind of keep up on it, try and find a different way if it's not working. And number 4, I would access the teachers. If you have teachers that are involved, I would ask them for ideas. Let them know things aren't working the way that they should. You need a little bit of help, and it's okay. I have a really hard time pulling myself down to ask for help from people. I tend to be a helper. So I don't want to seem like I need help from others. But I do sometimes. Some people have some great advice. And I've had to humble myself to be able to access that. And if I was going to add a 5th, it's for sure this. And the whole point of this thing to encourage you is to persevere. Keep persevering. You can do this. I've had so many moms say, I don't even know how you do this. I could never homeschool. I know it might not be your calling to do it, but I promise you'll make it through. And you and your kids can have times where you love each other more than argue or fight. It's tough. It's different. The environment's different. Your kids miss their friends. But these are opportunities that we're actually never going to probably get back. So try and enjoy them and keep persevering. Here is a scripture that I want to leave you with. Galatians 6:9. Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Don't give up. Keep going. You can do this. It's not forever. And even if you are a homeschooler forever, and just the fact that you guys can't go to all the things that you want to do, keep going, keep persevering. Change something if you need to change it. Access those websites and those blogs that'll be beneficial to us. Just keep going. Keep continuing this trail, this path that you're going down. Till next time.